Hello, everybody. My name is Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP, and I'm here on Partner Talks today with Adam Berezin from MSDynamicsWorld. Adam, introduce yourself, and I'm sure most people know who you are, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Sure. Well, first off, happy holidays. Thanks so much for having me on. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam Berezin, as Rick mentioned. I'm the co-founder and CEO of MSDynamicsWorld.com, or MSDW as we call it. We serve two functions in the business apps channel. The first is that we're the largest news and information resource in the space. And the second is that we're the largest provider of digital demand gen programs to ISVs and partners.
So if people want to reach an audience of Microsoft business applications, partners, and end user customers, MSDynamicsWorld is the place to go to reach those people.
I would agree with that, yes.
Okay, so we've got a big thing happening at the start of the new year. I hear you have an anniversary. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So it's our 15th year in business, which is an exciting milestone.
Congratulations. That's pretty incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we couldn't have gotten here without the help of our great team, as well as the support from lots of different people in the channel, including yourself. So it's been a great experience, but we still have a lot more work to do.
So let's talk a little bit about why you started MSDynamicsWorld, and what did you see as the opportunity?
Sure. So, well, thinking back, I had previously worked at a company that actually was in the SAP space, and my job at that company was to essentially provide very targeted demand gen programs to SAP partners. And I remember coming across Microsoft CRM, and at the time, really everything wasn't branded under the Dynamics umbrella like it is now. They were sort of just starting to kind of figure that out. So you had all these disparate ERPs, Exapta, Navision, Great Plains, as they were called, Solomon, CRM. And I tried to, I had no idea that Microsoft even offered business solutions like that. So I started to do some research, and I really couldn't find anything other than, Microsoft's own kind of marketing pitch on their site. And I thought to myself, okay, if I'm a user of one of these products, where do I go for help? And where do I find, guidance and various solutions that can kind of complement, my existing ERP or CRM platform? And then on the opposite side, if I'm a partner or an independent software vendor, an ISV, looking to reach out to those people who I really can only provide my products to, where do I go? So I found that there really wasn't a good dedicated content resource out there for people in this space. And B, as far as lead generation and marketing is concerned, there was just a couple of options. There were, the typical like pay-per-click options that people had. You could rent lists, which I hate list rentals. I don't like that. Or you could exhibit at, one or two conferences. And back then, really convergence was sort of the king. And there were really just a few dynamic specific trade shows. So what my business partner, Jason Gumpert, and I, who runs the editorial side of the business, decided to do was really just create this platform that served both of those audiences. For people that wanted to consume very strategic and educational focused content on a business level, not necessarily on a developer functional level, they would come to our site and consume that information. And then for companies out there, the ISVs and the partners that wanted to reach out to their prospects in a direct way, MSDW would serve that purpose too.
And it's been an incredible journey because, we start to look at, I know myself last year doing the thought leadership panels and partner awareness events, we did over 30 events in 2022, but how many webinars and events did you host last year?
Over 200 sponsored webinars. And those attracted combined about, a little over 15,000 targeted registrants. And a key strength of what we do whenever we run any type of a marketing campaign, because we have so much data on all of our members, and that's sort of the give and take with the relationship between a site member in MSDW, and it's always been this way. If they want to consume our content, all we ask is that they supply their information to us, and then they get unrestricted access to as much content as they want for free. So whenever we run any type of campaign, whether it's promoting a webcast or promoting a video or a white paper, something like that, we can get hyper targeted with who we reach. So, every registrant that signs up for a particular webcast, 99% of the time, they're going to be very targeted to that specific topic, and interested in that specific topic or company, just because we've sort of built this whole hyper targeted marketing system. And looking back, one of the things that we've really tried to work hard at over the last 2 years is expand our partnerships. We have a very good partnership, obviously, with you at PartnerTalks, where we run, now it's 3 combined offerings that we have, custom panel events, partner acquisition events, and then something we just launched together called customer acquisition events. All of these different types of webcast events serve a different purpose and a different focus. And I found that breaking them out like that really will, it helps to enable or attract, I should say, the right people to each of those types of webcasts. So if you take the customer acquisition events, for example, I've been in this business for a long time, so have you. And what I always see is ISVs just trying to sell themselves or selling themselves against their competitors. And what a lot of them fail to do is actually sell against the Dynamics platform that their prospects are using, because people will always check for that functionality to exist in the platform before seeking out a third-party solution. So to kind of get ahead of that, the customer acquisition events is this whole formula that we've created with you to really help ISVs define how they are essentially a little different than what the functionality currently is of F&O or Business Central or CRM, and how their solution complements the existing platform.
And I look at it, it's almost like we're drilling into an explainer video, right? That here's what you do, here's the type of customer that use it, here's the circumstances around it, here's some case studies. So, if a customer's looking at CRM and they want to be able to do a quote and proposal, sure, they can do that out of CRM, but they probably don't understand, or they do understand that, there's CPQ offerings out there that take it to a whole different level. And I know over the last couple of years, we've worked with almost every major CPQ vendor in either doing a thought leadership or a partner awareness event. And, I like the idea of drilling down for the customer, so the customer can understand, hey, is this product a fit for me?
Yeah, and it's all about reassuring them that we know you've made a significant investment, whether it's in a new ERP or CRM system, or migrating to another version, or upgrading from a legacy AX to D365 Finance or Business Central. But here is sort of the functionality that is lacking, let's say, as it pertains to CPQ or inventory management or AP automation. And here's a solution that can help complement your existing Dynamics platform, essentially, without breaking the bank and causing you to kind of rethink your whole Dynamics platform in general, because that's never been the goal of ISVs. And that's why the ISV ecosystem exists, because you have all these great software vendors who specialize in very specific areas that Microsoft doesn't. They provide the platform, and then you have the ISV community that essentially provides all these specialized solutions that are very, very niche. And that's why this particular ecosystem, I think, has survived and thrived so well over the past decade, or even longer.
And another thing I wanted to talk about today too was in 2023, we've got some another partnership that we're both working on together is with DynamicsCon. And, they've got a virtual event coming up that we're supporting, but they also have a live event coming up in Scottsdale where MSDynamicsWorld is actually going to put together a marketing program for Dynamics marketers. So do you want to talk a little bit about that, Adam?
Yeah, sure. So one of the partnerships that we've really had a lot of success with to date is with Doug, or the Dynamics User Group. And one of the initiatives that we're working on with them is actually hosting a dedicated event just for ISV and partner marketers. That will launch May 25th in Scottsdale as part of their DynamicsCon live event. And it's really a full day of marketing strategies that are very specific to just the business applications ecosystem. So, we'll have experienced marketers from the channel that will be doing presentations. A lot of it will focus on breakout groups. It'll be a great workshop. We'll have some Microsoft people that will join us as well. So there's going to be a variety of things, but ultimately, and the big thing is that we'll be revealing the results of our exclusive research study that we do. And we do this study every year about how ISVs and partners think that they should work together or think that they should market to end customers, and how end customers actually want to be marketed to. So it's kind of a dueling perceptions. And we like to challenge those perceptions, and the results are always interesting. So as part of this event, we'll be revealing the results of that research study. So that should be really fun.
And I know we've had some smaller events in the past where we've brought Dynamics marketers together for this networking, for this conversation. And they've been absolutely outstanding, because where else can we get into a room with everybody who's trying to reach the same audience as us and have a conversation about, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and where do you see the business going. And I think Scottsdale is going to take it to a next level, because we're going to have, a very set agenda plus a much bigger audience.
Yeah, I would agree. And, whenever we run any type of marketing event, whether it's, webcasts or other types of marketing focused, gatherings or get-togethers for ISVs and partners, we keep it specific just to this channel. There's no fluff marketing, as I call it. It's not, here are, X amount of tips for SEO and this and that. Like, we don't do that. It's all about, okay, here are the content consumption habits of people in this space. Here are the types of content they're consuming, how frequently they're consuming it. Does it vary based on what Dynamics product they actually use? Are CRM customers consuming more white papers than Business Central customers, vice versa. So we take that specific data that is exclusive to our site, and we share it with these marketers and really kind of get them to use that data to, enhance their own digital marketing strategies and content creation plans.
Well, Adam, it's been a pleasure working with MSDynamicsWorld over the last few years, and I'm very excited about 2023 and the new programs and the get-together in Scottsdale. So thanks for your time today, and I'm sure we'll be back to talk to you more as we get closer to the DynamicsCon event.
Awesome. Thanks again for having me. I appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.